like, is this a good angle?
I usually kind of like this side to be.
So you want to sit on this side?
I'm gonna say maybe I should.
All right, so we're just gonna start off with you guys saying your names.
I'm Giselle.
And I'm Sadell. What's your last name?
Oh, Watts.
Great.
Yeah.
I'm Sadell Watts.
Yeah.
We have 7 questions on that table over there for you. On Sadell, you can start with the first one. You're gonna read it off to Giselle, and you guys are just gonna talk about whatever's on the card. You can both answer the question that's on the card. You know, just have fun.
Okay. Number 1.
Okay.
What do you think that the year 2020 taught us and our relationship?
Oh, okay.
That's an easy one.
Yeah. What do you?
What was that? Well,
Yeah,
go
sure.
first? Okay. Age before beauty.
Oh. Sure.
Well, I believe 2020 taught us a great deal. We had an opportunity, Giselle, to be together because COVID sent you home quickly.
Yes.
Right.
Yes, it did.
I'd like to apologize for all of y'all for COVID. She's the reason why, because she wanted to come home from college.
I did want to.
But I do believe it taught us more about our relationship and what that looked like as a mother and a daughter.
Mm-hmm.
We had so many good times together. We had so many times we were able to share with each other some real stuff, some deep stuff, some cry stuff, some fuss stuff. You know what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
But it taught us how to be closer. You're not only my youngest daughter, but you're also a very good friend of mine. I like to call you one of my best friends. I think we talk to each other. You're very respectful of me and our relationship as mother-daughter, which is good for you.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. However, I do enjoy the friendship that you and I have, and I think it grew from the time where you were homeschooled.
Yeah.
So over the time that you were homeschooled from, was that middle school, high school? Whatever.
High school.
High school. Your homeschool time from in high school, and then I did feel like you going away to college that was going to diminish. I didn't say that to you. It's the first time you ever heard that. Oh, great. Okay. But I felt like that would diminish, and because usually when going off to college, it's a different chapter in your life, and then some things change. A lot of things change when I went off to college, and a lot of things changed. But we were able to still maintain our friendship, maintain our relationship.
Called you more.
You probably did. I probably did talk to you more.
I definitely talked to you
first
more.
year of school and whenever COVID happened. So it taught us to keep our mother-daughter relationship, but also brought our bond, I think, much closer.
I agree with that. I mean, well, because I definitely, when we were sent home and everything, I was kind of waiting to be sent home because I was ready to come back. so just being home and everything, being with you for like those amount of months and stuff was really good for us, just because we were able to talk more and just still kind of get to know each other after me coming from school. And so it wasn't just me the way I was like from high school and everything, being home all the time, but this was after I had experienced a couple of things at school and everything. So now I was like, oh, hello, and so it kind of
school was quite an eye opener for you.
It definitely was, and I mean, not just that, but like because I was kind of like on my own in a way, and so like learning how to kind of go from like having to make going from you making my decisions to me like having to think of my own decisions to make, and then coming home and stuff. So I really always whenever I come home, it's always like a recharge, and that's what we call it.
That's what we call it.
This year was definitely a recharge, and our relationship, I mean, it always grows. All right. How have your notions of what it means to be a woman changed over your lifetime? That's really nice.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so the majority of my life, I wanted to be a career woman. I wanted to have my own business. I was going to go to law school, so I wanted to have my own business. I wanted to have my own law practice, and was going to be a career woman. I was going to get married, maybe have one child. He was going to have a nanny, or she was going to have a nanny. I wasn't going to be that mom type, but after getting married and after getting to know who Christ was, getting married and then having my first child, all of that changed for me. So as I progressed in my womanhood, I went from wanting to be a career woman to wanting to be the best mom that I could be to the 3 children that I had. So, and in that change, and as they grew, God still allowed me to still keep that business aspect and still keep the longing for wanting to work for myself so that I could still work I worked inside the home and outside the home, so I was still able to be there with my children and still have a business side as well. So I think God gave me the best of both worlds as I grew as a woman, and being married now 27 years. As I grew as a woman, as I grew as a wife, and as I grew as a mother, he still allowed me to keep the dreams that I had as a young person, to be able to be a businesswoman and still have my own business, and then to teach my children about entrepreneurship, and loving the fact that they don't necessarily have to work for someone else if they choose to, that they can work for themselves. And so I think that as the years progressed, that's how I grew. I grew from career to wife to mom to still be able to encompass being a career woman as well.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like, I'll say that, I mean, I've only been here for 19 years, so, I mean.
Young woman.
Right. But I will say that I think kind of growing up, I always just I was like, oh, I'm the girl, so, you know, I don't know, like, you're kind of like, oh, I'm second, or like, especially I'm the younger one and everything, so I'm like, oh, I'm second, and I'll kind of like sit back here, or like, oh, I don't know, I'm like, oh, I'm dainty, and I love all things pink. I mean, I do still love all things pink, and I love jewelry, but I mean, like, I feel like that especially because of your mindset, like, I've been able to grow into understanding that as a woman, I'm still strong and I'm still able to kind of lead and make impact, and like, being a woman is my advantage, and that's my, like, I find it's awesome. You know? Yeah. So I just kind of, I don't know, I'm over here like, yeah, I'm a girl, like, woo. So yeah. And so I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't say that, I guess it like, I wouldn't say that it like changed, but I will say that it evolved into kind of accepting that, like, I'm a woman, and that doesn't have to be what the world like tries to make a woman be. It can be like how, you know, we're raised to be like strong leaders, and we still can be independent thinkers, and that, you know, we can still be dainty and humble, but we can also, you know,
strong
provoke change.
Bring it. Yeah. Number 3. All right. Do you have any goals for 2021? If so, what are they? To get out of 2020.
Right. Right.
No, I do have goals for 2021. It's interesting. So I sent the Watts, we have a Watts group me. So I sent the Watts group me, everyone a text. It's like, get your goals together. Because what we do is we get our goals together, and then I put them on
just like spreadsheets.
Some little thing, or I put them on something, and then that's what we pray. We pray over those goals, and we intercede, and we, you know, keep each other accountable. Like, you said you want to do this, right? So we do that. So for this year, for 2021, I have a business that I am starting, and literally starting in 2021. Right. It's launching in 2021, and I'm really excited about it. I got to combine my daughter's vision of a business with my son's vision of a business, and brought them all together to make it encompasses so much. It has encompassed everything that God has showed me as it relates to our household and as it relates to the Wattses. I tell the kids all the time, this time next year, we are going to look different.
I mean, for 2021, I literally was just talking about this. So we also, not only do we like to put our goals together, but I've been doing this for a little bit, but like, mom's kind of like hopped on this with me, but I like to pick a word for my year. And so this year my word was bold, and so I was like, I'm gonna work on being bold. I gotta work on being bold because I'm an introvert, but I'm an introvert by choice. so I'm like, you know, get out there, do something. So 2021, my year is decisiveness. I kind of thought this through by our relationship, actually, because I was like, I would call my mom from school and ask her to make like the plainest decision for me. I'd be like,
should I have oodles or noodles?
Right.
Or waffles?
Right.
Girl, get off this phone.
So it literally was like the most simplest things, but I was like, no, like, I don't want to make the wrong decision, but it's like, it stems from like my want to be perfect. And so I'm trying to break out of that more and more as I grow and mature and stuff. So 2021, my word is decisive, and I want to be more decisive and be able to make decisions. But it's like I don't need to have to call my mom because she's instilled so many things in me. I'm still gonna call her, but I'm like I don't have to call her for like every single little decision because she's already given me the tools to make those decisions. And then not just that, but like I got God. Like I'm like,
Exactly.
I'm like out of anything, I should be asking Him what
Right.
I should be doing
And I think
next.
that was one of the things that we talked about and what you shared with me.
Yeah.
That and not that she was making me her God, because that's not so.
Right.
But she can ask Him for everything. He knows so much more than I know, and He absolutely knows He has the very best for her and the plans that He has for her. Jeremiah 29:11, all of that. He has it for her.
Yes.
And not that I don't mind talking to her every day
Yeah.
and making sure she makes the right decisions.
Right.
But I do understand that she is maturing and she's getting older.
Right.
And she has to be able to make decisions
Yeah.
on her own. As much as I would love for her to stay 12. Right. And stay in my house and never leave ever again. I know that's not how I raised her.
Right.
I raised her to go see this world. I raised her to be a strong woman, surrendered to Christ, but strong enough to know that she depends totally on Him, but can make super impact in this world. And I know that she can't do it sitting at our address.
Right.
So
Yeah. So next year, like definitely my goal is to be more decisive and to just work in doing my purpose and just walking in it, because I'm like I can't let myself be the reason why I'm holding myself back. Like it's one thing when someone else is holding you back, but when you're doing it to yourself, like what the heck?
That's
Cool.
crazy. All right, number 4.
All right. What's one song or album that means the most to you and why?
Oh wow.
I know.
That's so hard.
That is really hard.
You go first. Because I have them so many. It depends on what season. Like
I know.
Like my season, you know the song for me
Yeah.
because you just said it.
Yeah.
You just
Right now it's Champion.
right now it's Champion
Yeah.
by Bethel and Dante Bowen. It's
Yeah.
like,
Oh my gosh.
oh
yeah.
my goodness.
Yeah, that song was getting
Right.
me through the semester.
And she played it for, so we were on our way. My birthday was December 9th. I am 54 years old.
Do it.
And we were on our way to my mom's because I'm born on my mother's birthday. So we were all on our way to my mom's to celebrate with her. And Giselle had the birthday DJ list. So
Yeah.
right,
And
right. She
it
was
just
the
turned
DJ.
into worship though. I was like,
Yes.
I was like, wait. I mean, I could just tell where we were going. I was like, let me play this.
Oh
you
my
know?
goodness, it was so good. So we were worshiping on the way down there, and she played Champion, which I had never heard that
And I played
day.
that live version.
Yes.
I was.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh
Yeah.
my goodness. It is now on repeat.
It is.
On everything I play. It is such an amazing song. So my song for this season in my life is Champion, and that God and Jesus is my champion. He is undefeated. Oh my goodness. And I love that because it's so much as Christians, you know, the enemy hates us. Oh my goodness.
Right.
And he throws so much at us. And in this COVID season, when this entire world is operating in fear over everything and anything, to be reminded that God is my champion and He is undefeated is what I need to hear on a regular basis. So I love, love, love that song.
Yeah.
So shout out to Bethel Music.
Right. I don't really know. I have a lot of favorites. I do, but I do like I like the album Lost in Wonder by it's Ellie Limbert or Limbert. I don't know how to pronounce her name.
Giselle finds some.
I know I find the
some
most
stuff.
random
Right.
music, but it's so good. Like she has this song called Maker of the Moon, and it's just it's so pretty. Like I love the moon and I love the stars and everything, and it's just kind of talking about like God and how like He literally is like the maker of everything that we see before us, and like the whole album is just basically talking about like how we just need to start getting lost in the wonder of this earth and how it's just so pretty. Like when you just sit and just bask in how pretty like the world is. It's just kind of like,
and what he's done and
man.
how he did it. Like
Yeah.
he literally spoke it all
Yeah.
into existence.
Yeah.
Like
And,
just said it and it was there. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? And then not only said it was there, he said it was there and it was beautiful, right? So to get lost in his wonder. We was playing it on the way here.
I know my phone like randomly picked it, and I was randomly attached to the Bluetooth, and I was
Yeah.
like, oh, hey. I guess.
We have plenty more. We can.
I'm
we
gonna
can
say
name a whole bunch of-
I got a ton.
Right, we can name-
Like,
where my phone?
I mean, I can do theater worship. Like give me
I know
rap.
that's
Tell
right.
me.
I know that's right. We're going to number 5. If you won the lottery, what would you do with your money?
Ooh.
We belong to a ministry that live to give, and we as well as Watts Household are givers all by themselves. So initially, after I obtained the attorney and the accountant,
Right.
exactly, I would then sow the tithe, because that's what we do. We are tithers, we are believers, so we tithe a tenth of whatever that is. So whatever that looked like, it would have been a tenth of that. And then we also sow, we are sowers, and we sow into our man and woman of God. So after we have tithe and after we have sown into our man and woman of God, then we would then put some money away for investment.
Right.
Because
I'm
we
gonna
have
say
to
we
leave
would,
a
like,
legacy.
invest.
Right,
Yeah, we
right.
would.
It's about leaving a legacy. And it's about leaving, the word talks about leaving, it don't say riches, but leaving wealth for your children's children is what it talks about. So I would definitely put money away to invest in my children and in my grand loves that I'll be having from my 3 children. And then, of course, the rest would be giving. You know, of course, it's stuff that I want. You know, who don't want a new house? Who don't want a
House
new
is on my
house?
list.
Or, you know, who doesn't want to? Who doesn't want, already have a new car? So I don't need a car. But who doesn't want a new house? And
We'd probably buy a Chick-fil-A.
Right.
I'm just saying.
No,
You gotta invest in real
you gotta
stuff.
invest in real stuff. She's so funny.
Buy a Chick-fil-A.
Right.
Maybe, you know, a clothing line. We gotta, I'm just saying, you gotta think about it.
No,
Like,
really. And we, because
seriously,
of
a
the-
mall?
No.
Yes.
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 Anyway, let me bring.
I'm just saying, we gotta make it. Okay, you gotta make
it's not-
money. You gotta buy
spend
stuff.
money
You gotta spend money
to
to
make
make money.
money. I
So
got
I'm
that.
just saying.
Right.
That's all I'm
But it
saying.
would be. But this is my thing.
Okay.
The money should be spent in the guise of what we are doing, like
Yes.
what it encompasses, the businesses that we have.
Right,
Okay,
of course,
great.
of
Right, the
course.
business that we have,
Of course.
and how they're supposed to impact this world, and how they're supposed to glorify God, and how they're supposed to help other people. Because what's the use of having a whole bunch of money
Seriously,
if you're not helping
doing
nobody?
anything. Oh, that's so
right.
annoying.
And you're
It's so
not, you're not helping nobody. You're not doing anything for nobody.
You're just sitting there with the money.
Right. That's
You don't even need it.
you don't
by
need it.
yourself.
Right. So I believe that if we won the lottery, but you know, you would really have to play the lottery first,
Yeah.
which we don't do.
No.
Okay, great. But anyhow, if we played the lottery and we won the lottery, after sowing into the kingdom of God, we would do various businesses for the kingdom
definitely.
of God and set aside money and invest for the legacy of the Watts family.
So, what is your favorite memory of us?
Let me see. My favorite memory?
I'm gonna say I don't know.
I know. Wow, my favorite. It definitely is not when I was pregnant with her because
Right.
it was terrible.
Sorry.
So yeah, it wasn't bad. I was so glad to get her out of my body. It was ridiculous.
All day.
Let's see. I'm sorry, you said favorite, not the worst.
Right,
Okay.
I'm gonna say favorite
Okay,
memory.
you think. Like, my favorite memory of one of my favorite memories. I have so many because you're such a good kid.
Oh, thanks.
So so I have so many favorite memories, but one of my favorite memories of Giselle is Giselle was in this.
You talking about AMTC?
Yes, she was in
Okay.
AMTC, which was Actors, Models, Talents for Christ.
Yeah, but it was like a convention.
It was
for,
like a convention, right? And Giselle, remember, she just told you earlier that she was an introvert. So Giselle, being the introvert that she is, you know, we get her in this thing, and we making her model.
I know.
She got to sing, you know what I'm saying? Stuff that she is like, but she loves to do. Now she do it at home, mind you. She do it all day at home in front of us. But when we put her in front of people, she won't do nothing.
No, thank
She's
you.
like, okay, good. So we get her in this group, and we go to this convention because we made it to the convention, and she is they're doing the whole thing, and they're gonna pick the winner of her category, and she sings the song from Princess and the Frog.
Yeah.
And she sings a song from Princess and the Frog
Yeah.
that is called
Almost there.
Almost There, and it really depicts who, when I think about Giselle and all that she really wants to do at that moment because of her lack of confidence in herself, singing that song showed me who she really was going to be and how she was almost there. And what she did at the end of that song, and that song has this note that you have to hold for a long time. And she kept saying she could not do this note. And she held that note. And when she held that note, she knew she was there. She was like, yes, like that. And I was like, yes! That's right. That's my baby. Because she did something she didn't think she would ever be able to do, to get in front of all these people and sing a song and then do it where she says now it sounded like trash, but it did. It did not. Okay.
Terrible.
And then look, and she won. How about that? Right. That's one of my favorite memories because it showed me, I felt like it showed me who you really were, even though you didn't think so. So I really loved that. I love that moment because you was like, yes. You know, like, yeah.
You got it.
I did this. I did this. You know, so I really enjoyed that moment.
Oh,
I know you never heard that before.
I haven't.
I know.
Okay, so me and Mom, like, we talk like nonstop. Like me and her, like we can be on the phone for hours. We can talk for hours.
Literally, like I'm at work. She's at school. I'm working. I'm at work all day.
Yes.
Like, it's like 12 to 4.
Yes.
She's
it
on
can
FaceTime.
literally be 3 hours of me
I'm
calling
typing,
her.
she's talking. We're just doing our
Anything.
thing.
So, but like we talk, and we talk from like, we can talk about the simplest thing, like something I saw on Instagram or like some new movie coming out or whatever, to like the most deepest topic or something. But like one time we were talking at the house and you like, she was like, I don't even know what I said, but she was laying me out. Yes, and she was standing on top of her, like.
So we got a stool in our bedroom, and I'm in my closet because I'm trying to get shoes out of the closet.
Yeah,
and I'm standing on the stool.
and I'm like standing in the doorway, and
I'm going off.
Like she's like ranting. Coming at me.
I am ranting and raving.
Yes.
And you da-da-da-da.
Yes. And I was like, wow. I was like, okay. But yeah, and she was like really like coming at me and coming down on me, and then she was like, now let me get off of this soapbox. And I was like, okay. but it was, I don't know, it was funny.
No, it was funny because I was standing there like in my underclothes.
I was she was in her underwear. And so we were like, so I was like,
because I was getting dressed. Because I'm getting dressed. And I'm getting my shoes. I'm picking out my clothes. And I'm getting my shoes. And she come in and say something, and I turn around and I go off.
She really went, and I'm telling you, it was a hard, like, I don't know how I could take her seriously in that moment. But I did. But yeah, but I guess that's a good one.
That was funny. I did think of that one.
Yeah, you thought of it? But that's why I was like, I don't know if I should say that.
I thought of it. Okay. That was really a funny one.
Okay,
good job.
But yeah, so I guess that's a good one.
What do you think that your purpose is, and how do you find that purpose?
Oh.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
So should I?
You go.
Okay. So I love purpose. Like I love the idea of purpose, and like I'm always kind of just thinking about how like a lot of kids and everything don't get to have their purpose like instilled in them, or like are told that they're actually even meant for purpose. Like a lot of kids are just going through the motion, like anybody, like, and it just kind of follows them throughout the rest of their life. And so I'd say that my purpose is to it's kind of like all encompassing, but it's like, for one, it's to be a voice for somebody. Like I'm always trying to be, I just want people to know that they're not alone, and that they're seen, they're visible, and that they truly do have a voice and a reason of being here.
I feel like you felt like that because for years you didn't think you had a voice.
Yeah.
You felt like you were alone, and you felt like people didn't see you. That you always was people always talked for you.
Yeah.
People always would you know, even if you felt some way if you felt different, you wouldn't say
anything.
You wouldn't say anything.
Yeah.
You just would go right along with it.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until you started getting older and started coming into who you were, and especially when you got to college, that you realized I do have a voice,
Right.
and what I say does matter.
Right.
And it took you a minute though, but I like that you have that you found that. You found that, and what you want to help other people. Because we also went through a group where there's parents, and this is what we talk about. My purpose, I felt like my purpose, I used to always want to know, what am I here for? Well, once I had children, I figured that out. My purpose was being the mom to the 3 children that I have. And I felt like that purpose was able to instill in you enough to know that you wanted other young people and other people to be able to find who they were, and that it was okay not to be defined by what other people say you are, but who God says you are, and the passion and what's inside of you. Because we have, and I don't like us talk about it, but we have eternity. Eternity is placed inside of our heart, right? Eternity is placed inside of us, and because it's placed inside of us, that's where our purpose is, right? So once she determined that this is where her purpose was, and that's where she needed to get it from and draw it from, she was able to find her voice. So my purpose, to me, was to be able to help my children find their passion and their voice and the eternity that was already inside of them become who God had called them to be before they were placed inside my womb. So I'm always mindful. Like I called them, I'm the momager. So I manage Giselle and I manage Little Garnell's business, and they call me momager. And I laughed and said I was going to be my nephew's auntager. One day when I was like, yeah, I'll be your auntager. I'll be your auntager. But it's because of the potential and because of what I see inside of them. And my purpose is to help draw that out.
Right.
Because it's already in there. God has already placed it in there. And if He show it to me, it's my job to draw it out.
And that's literally probably why I think this way. And I mean, oh man, I'm so thankful. And I'm like, not everyone has the ability to think that way. Or like, I mean, they have the ability, of course, but they haven't been told to think that way. Like, they don't know that they have potential. And it's like, man, but you're so awesome. You're so treasured. You're so valuable. And it's like, I just really feel like that everyone should know that. And so if that means that I gotta get past my introverted, perfectionist tendencies, then I do, because I'm like, there's people out there, wanting to hear that.
That's our job as parents. And when we tell our child, no, go do, if you don't want to be in business, I don't want to make you go in business. If you want to be a basket weaver, if you want to be a basket weaver, do it. Be the best basket weaver you've ever been.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying? I want you happy. I don't want you to wake up every day like, ugh, I got to go to the same job today again. No.
Because this is you literally have this one life. You get this year, and that's it. Like you get the time, this day that you have right now, you get it. And you got to make the most of it. And so I'm like, why would I go in a direction that I know I don't even want to be in? And so we were just kind of talking about that. And we were also talking how I was like, and some parents just not even pointing. They not even, they just like, hey, they didn't put the bow down. Right. And so I'm like, dang, come on. So that's why I'm like, I would love to help and be the bow. I'd love to point you. Like I'm not going to tell you what to do with your life, but I'm like,
encourage.
If you have, encourage. Like if you have a passion, then pursue it, because like your passion is connected to your purpose. And it's just, man, I don't know. Yeah.
Yes. So this young lady and the 2 other children I have, those are my purpose. Those 3. And look, I've taken my job as your mom
very seriously.
Very good.
Yeah.
There we go.
All right. Thank you, guys. That was good. That was awesome.